Hello again. A lot of you guys have a page or a section called student work, right? Currently, my sitemap or the menu doesn't have that, but what I plan is the plan is to have a drop down somewhere under students, and then under that, I want to have like student work. So for the users to be able to navigate to that student work page, I need a drop down here. So the goal here in this video is that I want to create a drop down menu under students. One of the menu item is going to be called student work, and in that page I'm going to create a separate page called student work, and in that page the users will be able to see student work. Okay, tons of student work. So that's the plan. So the first thing, I need to have a drop down in the students, this menu right here. Okay, so to do that, so I'm using this as an instance of a component, right? So I think, yeah, and this is going to, the drop down should appear anywhere in the site, right? Let's say if this is the what do you call it? Student work. If this is the student work in this page also, and any other page, which I should have that drop down when someone hovers over this student's menu item. So that's the plan. Okay, let's see what to do. So let's go to the component, because if I created that sub nav, or the drop down under student in the main component, right, then it'll be applied to all the pages. So that's what I want to do. So let's see. First of all, what I need is set of menu, drop down menu over here, right? What do I want to have? Let me get some buttons, because essentially they are buttons, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a button called insert instance. I don't want this kind of button lining, stacked. I want the transparent button. So this is dark. I'm gonna say transparent. There you go, transparent. Okay. So I need a transparent button. I need a bunch of them, or at least this is my plan. Okay, students, and I'm gonna call this resources. Some of you guys also have a page or section called resources, where you have scholarships and stuffs I saw in your sitemap. So I plan to have that in the resources page. Under the same subnab, I want to have student work, right? What else? Students, resources, student work. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm doing this on the fly, right? So you guys have done the research and planning and so on. So yours might look different. Yours might be even more meaningful than this. But this is just to show you how to do, execute some of these stuffs. So I'll just keep it like this. Okay, this is going to be my sub navigation. Now, what I want to do is I want to wrap this. Okay, I want to wrap this in a auto layout, and I'm going to call this students drop down. Okay, students drop down. All right, and within this auto layout, I want both of these buttons to have fill container, so that the target area, or the hot here, the target area in these buttons are like same. Okay, so there you go. I have that, and I don't need to create this as a component, because I'm doing this in a component level, and once I have it here, I mean, it's going to be everywhere in the page. So I don't need to create this as a component. So I will put it somewhere here. But what needs to happen is I need to create an interaction. When somebody hovers on students, it should show this sub navigation, right? So to do that, I also want to add background color to the whole thing, right? So because otherwise it's transparent. So I'm gonna fill, and sorry, library is light. Okay, yeah, this, I think we have this drop down, right? So one way to make this thing work is that what you want is when someone clicks on this or hovers on this, right? Let's see, show this as an overlay. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it like that. Prototype, add new interaction while hovering. Open overlay, and the overlay is student drop down. And I want to say, yeah, manual positioning, so that, you know, I can align it somewhere around here. Okay, so when I hover, this is what's going to show up. I want to say dissolve, so that there is a little bit of, you know, animation going on. I don't want any background, so just keep it like that. Okay, while I hover, this will show up. Okay, let's see how is this going to work. Play. Okay, this is working fine. Oh, so when as soon as I leave, it also goes away, right? So what can we do? Let's see. So what we want is when we hover on the students, this shows up, but then when our mouse is still on this overlay, we want to keep it, right? We want to keep it. We don't want to close this. Can we say something like that? Dissolve background. Okay. All right. We can't. So let me see if I can do something on this side. Student drop down. So interactions. I'm going to say add new interaction. On mouse, enter, right? Action to open overlay, set variable, conditional. None of these options make sense to me. You know what? How about we do this? Right now, it's kind of, look, it's discoverability. If you remember the principle of discoverability, you don't really know which of these menu items have drop down until you hover, right? You don't really know. So to make it visually clear that there is something, you know, underneath this menu, what we can do is add an indication, maybe a plus icon or a drop down, you know, something like that, right? We can add that. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I am going to add the plus icon to these buttons. So let's see, where are my icons? SF Pro symbols. I want to use plus. Yeah, I want to use plus, and maybe I will also use minus. It's not showing up because I need to change this to SF Pro. There you go. And minus. Create this as a component. This as a component as well. I want this size to be paragraph size, which is 14. Same for that. just going to use the variable paragraph. There you go. So we have these as components, and I also might need like two variants of this, just like these. So I'm going to call this black, and this is white. I don't know if I will need both of those variations, but just to keep it consistent, I mean, in the future I might need, so I'm just gonna, create it. Plus icon, minus icon. Okay, and so here, oops. All right, this is black, this is white. Just trying to keep things more consistent. So what I want to do is I want to add plus icon and I want the white one, actually white plus icon to these buttons. Okay, and especially in, not on all of them, but here, because this is what we are using for navigation. I'm gonna actually need it black. All right, so this is what I want, and I want it when it is hovered. I actually want it minus. Okay, here, plus and minus. It's so close. Let me add some spacing, 12. Yeah, this looks good to me, or maybe it's slightly smaller gap. Yeah, I think this looks good. Okay, and by default I want to hide these buttons, so I can use a property, right? So let's add a property, appearance. Here you go, add new property, show plus icon true. Okay, yeah, there you go. And so okay, this could have been show icon only, right? Show icon. Okay, there you go. By default, I want it off. So there you go. Okay, so it's off by default. So when I come to this component of that button, what I can do is show icon just for this student menu. All right. Okay, so I think now what I'm gonna do is I'll go to property. We had this as hover, right? But what I'm trying to do is now there is a plus icon. Users should know that there is something underneath this menu item, so they might click instead of hovering on it. So, and also it is convenient for us as well to prototype this, right? So instead of hovering, I'm going to say on click. All right, on click, open overlay, student dropdown, position manual, and then yeah, that's it. This is what I want. And then so on click, this will keep showing up, right? Let's take a look. Yeah, so on click, it keeps showing up, right? It doesn't go away. But what we want is, as soon as we leave, we click something and then leave, it should go away, right? We have this plus, and then it sticks, it's sticky. Now someone clicks over there and it should go away, or someone clicks on it, yeah, it should go away. So someone clicks or someone goes out of this menu. Oh no, you know what? Clicks on that, shows the submenu, and then even if they are going away, it should show up. I mean, you can decide what you want to do, but to me, it feels like when someone clicks on it, they are, sure that they want to click on something. If they don't click and move away, it means that they don't want to click on any of these submenu, right? So it can go away. So that's what we're going to do. All right. If someone clicks away from this sub navigation, right, submenu, it should go away. That's what we're going to say. All right, let's go to the drop down, which is right here. And now interaction. So this is the drop down, right? And I'm going to add new interaction called mouse leave. Okay, when the mouse leaves off this button, of this submenu, close overlay. All right, let's see how this behaves. Click, shows up. You can click on these things. I go out, it's gone. Perfect. I click on that. It should take me to a different page in which it won't show up. Let's just try it out. So here, let's say I have a page called student work. I want to create a page called student work. I'm going to use this template. That's why that template is there, right? And now call this student work. Just to make it super clear, I'm gonna add text and say student work. Right, I'm just gonna make it like super big. There you go. This is student work. All right. There you go. Now I want to, when someone clicks on this button, right, prototype, add new interaction, on click, navigate to student work. Okay, so there you go. This should work fine. So you are in the home page, click on the students, right, and then student work. Here's the student work. Click on that. Student work, right? Okay, yeah, I think this looks good to me. Let's just go back there. Yeah. Okay. I wonder what happened to the hover effect to this thing. Did we take it out? I don't think so. Yeah, what happened to the hover? I think we removed the hover. I'm just gonna say reset instance. Oh, I have to do this again now. Okay, anyway, that's fine. On click, navigate to student dropdown, dissolve. That's good. And this is going to be called students, right? And I want to show the icon. All right, I think this should be good now. Look, when you hover, it still gives you that that underline. I don't know if I like that anymore, but whoa, what happened? What just happened here? On click. Oh, I see. Okay, transparent hover. This one also. On click, navigate to start dropdown. Oh, not navigate. It should be open overlay. Okay, there you go. For both the states, right? We had like two states for this button. One is hover and one is default. So we have to add. We have to actually add this in the hover state, because you hover, the state changes, right? And there they will, click on it. So, right. And on hover, I don't think it should be. It should have the minus icon. It should still have the plus icon, because once they click, it should have the plus icon. So what we can do is, look, unknown. So what we can do, add new variant. This is called transparent clicked, right? So we want to say on click, change to transparent click. Yeah, and there we want to show the icon, which is the minus icon. Okay, on hover, we do not want to show the minus icon. It should still be the plus icon. So let's change that. Right here, the hover state should still have the plus icon. Change it to plus icon. Okay, there you go. So you are hovering on it, you still have plus. Oh my god, everything has plus icon. Okay, I want to change. By default, this should be by default this should be false. Okay, and only in the students we have it as on, right? So look, let's go to the home. Okay, it's in the hover state right now. We want to change this to transparent. Okay, default state, right? So here we go, home, news, academics, students. I hovered and it's underlined, but it says there is something, right? The plus indicates there is something. I click on that, it shows me these navigations. If I don't click it and move away from this drop down, it goes away. Click on it, shows. You click on student work, takes you to the student work. Again here, if I want to click on the students, it shows up here. All right, I think this is working fine now. Okay, yep. So the next thing I want to do is, so student dropdown is working fine. You know what? I actually want to make it so that it is this length or the width of this is exactly the same. What's the width? 131. So this is the width, right? And here 131. Although it has hug, it's 131. So we want to make sure that this is 131. Width is 131. Okay. Okay, I think it's gonna look better. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Now, the next thing we want to do is add this, or create the student work piece, right? And it depends how you want to uh, create this student work. I mean, some of you guys have mentioned that you want filterable student work. I mean, we cannot. I mean, we could, but you know, do we want to do that? Do we want to invest that much of time to demonstrate how things are filterable? We don't want to do that. You know, we can just simply show that it is filterable, and that should be it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, you know, filter. Bar, whenever you, let's say, go to amazon.com, right? So let's say bestsellers. Are there any filters here? Well, these are the filters there. I don't want that. I want something that is that I can filter right away. You know, let me see what can be a good example. Let's go to Macy's.com. Let's see if they have filters. Okay. All right. Let's go to coats and jackets. Yeah, something like this. You know, I can filter things, right? I want that. I want something like that. Yeah, I want something like this. You know, so what I need, and looking at this UI, I can actually use the button that I already have, buttons that I already have, right? So the only thing is that I have to use the same, you know, the plus icons over here as well. But we'll think about that. I'm sorry, here. We'll think about that later. But for now, you know what? Let's just add them. I think it makes sense. We added gap between items as 8 pixels, right? Tiny. Yeah. And then we want these plus icons. Right? And we want this to have the property show icon. By default, we want to hide them. Show icon. Okay, yeah, we have the icons there. By default, they are hidden. This is default, hover and click. Default, hover and click. That's, yeah, default and click maybe. Yeah, we need hover and click. Yeah, so okay, let's add another one. And click, right? Just like we did what we did here. So on click, change to variant 8. We're not gonna rename that, and it's all okay. That's good. We are going to say outline, click. Yeah. And when clicked, we want minus actually, right? Yeah. So here we can simply change it actually. Outline clicked, the plus icon should be actually minus icon. So that looks like that, right? Okay, cool. There you go. Now I want to create a filter bar on top, okay? Well, before that, I actually want to indicate that this is the student work page, because you see it is buried under the students section. I mean, you can have student work as, you know, the top level navigation as well, but I decided to do differently. So I need to let the users know that this is a student work page, and for that I need a title. I need a title section. For that, this is the title, right? Well, no, not really. This is the title. So, okay. Typography. Yeah, this is the title, but oh, okay. This is what I want. I don't want to have it, you know, such a big, very big like that. And so for the title, I also want to, you know, have that padding so that pages look consistent. Let's go ahead and add some padding. Where is the padding? Oh, it doesn't have, okay, here, container, student work. I'm gonna add auto layout to this. I will call this title, and then now I have, sorry, it's text under the title, the text. There you go, right? Student work and height, hug content, fill container. Now the title, this thing should have, you can also call this hero, you know, if you want to keep things more consistent with like the structure. This is the hero, right? Hero section. I'm gonna call this hero section. All right, all the pages are gonna have hero section, and this is title, which is student work. Okay, and within this hero section should have vertical auto layout, right? And then padding of hues. Yeah, this is what we want. So the title, oh, and does it have any, oh, okay, in this case we don't have any padding on top or bottom. Actually didn't have anything in there. So hero section has title. I mean, that's fine, right? So here what I'm gonna do is, this is the hero section, this is the title, and I'm gonna add a little bit more padding up and top and bottom. Make it like so. Okay, student work, hero section, title. I'm thinking about having the filters right there. So the hero section might need horizontal, you know, auto layout. Okay, gap between items. Maybe apply variable and say small. I'm just, you know, exploring. You guys already have sketches, so you don't have to do this. Probably you already have thought about these things, but I have to because I haven't done this. Okay, so what I haven't done the sketches, so that's why I'm having all these, you know, thinking to do. All right, let's say I want some buttons, and I want actually the outlined, right? Outlined buttons. So at instance, and I want them here. Okay. So here the title is going to be on the left, and rest I want them on the right, so that, you know, there is this principle of proximity, right, to separate the relationship. This is the title, and I want to make it clear that these are like separate things. And to do that, I will shift A. I'm going to call this filters. Right? I don't know what these filters are going to be, but I'm just adding, you know, these two buttons. Now, hero section, I will say gap between items to auto. Right? So, how about we let the users filter by here and filter by course or categories. I don't know, categories. Yeah, I don't know why would I need here. You know what, let me just take it out for now. So the concept here is like they can filter the student work by categories like UX design, logo design, packaging, and so on. Okay, and we'll create a drop down here. So I will add the one I will say that show icon here, the plus icon, to let the users know that they can click and then something will show up there. So I'm going to do that. So okay, this is it. And now the next after the hero section, what I want is I want a section of student work. Okay, something like, I mean, not something like that, I want exactly like this, but many of them. Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste the entire thing here. So student work section, right? Command C, Command V. There you go, student work section. Right now it's cutting off because I need to give this container as hub content. There you go. All right, this is student work. I am going to take this out because it doesn't make sense over here. And also because I already have some padding on top, I am going to remove this padding, or should I not? I don't know. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, let's see how this looks. Okay, so yeah, I think this looks fine. If not, we can always change things, but for now I am going to Command C. Oops, what's going on? I see. Look, the student work section has this frame with 3, right? You can use grid, this layout too, but I'll just use like that. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 this 16 student work. 16 of these, which is good, I think. Yeah, and or maybe more, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Right, so we have the student work page, and oftentimes you can create something called pagination, right? Let's say if you have 100 of these student work and you want to let users see more of the student work in different pages, instead of having them to scroll, you can let them navigate. So let's say, where did the okay, Amazon, let's go to amazon.com. Let's see, bestsellers. Now here, books, right? So here, no pagination. How about let's go to and then search for something about magic. All right, now you see this pagination. This is what I'm talking about. You can create something like this at the bottom to indicate that there are more pages there. You can see, users can see more things, right? So to do that, you need, again, you need actually buttons. So these are actually buttons. These are buttons, right? And previous and next. So what I'm going to do is create a new molecule or organism called pagination. Okay, for that I need some buttons. So where are the buttons? There. I'm going to use buttons. I will use transparent buttons. I see that one of the button name is weird, like it's not consistent. I'm gonna just rename that. I think it's this button, isn't it? Oh no, there is one button that is called variant 6. What is this variant 6? Oh yeah, okay, this is outlined hover. Right, okay, now we should be in good shape. I was about to create, something called pagination, right? So I'm gonna say 1, and I copied 3 of them, Shift A, and then there you go. I have 3 of them, right? So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. So these are the numbers, and here I'm going to say next. Doesn't look good. We'll figure that out. Previous. Now what's happening here? With hug content. Okay, there you go. Then this should also say hug content. It is hugging the content. It's hugging the content as well. Oh, this should say hug content. Why can't I do it for everything at once? Okay, it works now. All right. So this is the pagination, right? And okay, I'm going to create this as a component. Call this pagination, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the student work page. Okay, and let's see, fill container and center it. It's so, close to the footer. I don't want that. I need a little bit of breathing room. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this pagination inside of the student work somewhere there. Okay, yeah, I think it see the proximity, the principle of proximity, it's giving that impression, right? While this pagination is closer to this grid of images, it gives you the relationship. It tells you that these pagination, they belong to, it is somehow related to these images, the grid of images, and the footer is a different content. That's kind of impression it gives. So yeah, here we go. So we have student work page and the home page. All right. You can use the same principle of this sub navigation here to create different categories, just to let the testers know that they can filter, but you don't really. I wouldn't test that. I would simply ask in this prototype, if I were to test something, it would be about student work. It would be like find the student work in this website, and yeah, they will do what they will do. Probably they will click on students, and then over there they will see the drop down menu, and they will click on the student work. Okay, all right. And you know what, while they are in the student work, I want this to be underlined. So transparent hover, so it indicates that student work, it's under students. Okay, so keeping this active, saying that this is the active page. All right, so that's all for now. I'm going to stop the recording.